Hello, everyone, and welcome to Canadian Islander Fan. This is our first broadcast or podcast or regular season podcast of the season. So we're all pumped. It's opening season for Islanders. We have big expectations this year. So we've all been kind of chomping at the bit to get the Isles going. You know, NHL started 2 days ago, and we're waiting and we're waiting and we're waiting. And then we have something like tonight happen, but those things happen, and that's hockey, and that's one of the reasons why you got to love hockey so much. The Carolina Hurricanes give us a little bit of a spanking tonight and beat us 6-3. Definitely not the Islanders' best game, that's for sure. A lot of improvement can be done there, but we've seen a lot of positives in this game as well. So nothing to get too overly excited about after the first game of the season, even though would have been nice to have a victory, that's for sure. It would have set us off on a high for the season to start. And it is a little troublesome because, you know, we are going on a very, very tough 13-day or 13-game road trip. And even our next game is against Florida. So that's not going to be an easy draw either for us. So let's see how this game went along. Let's talk about it a little bit. So the first period opened up all pumped up, getting ready for a great hockey game. And in the first minute, we get like 3 whistles. So right there, that brings you down big time, right? You're ready, and didn't seem like there was very much flow going on out there from either side at the start. But as the game started to go along a little bit into it, you could see that the Canes kind of had a bit of an edge in the play, and they also rang one off the crossbar in the first 5 minutes. So Sorokin before that had made a really nice save. So they had two great scoring opportunities in the first 5 minutes, even though nobody was really looking like they were taking the game over. Then Brock Nelson makes a great move coming down the side, and he kind of powers towards the net and draws himself a hooking penalty. And no, that was when Nelson got the penalty for hooking. Yeah, he took our first penalty of the game. So we were going to test our PK early into the season, see how they were going to do. And they did a fantastic job. So we're batting 1,000 on the PK going into the season. It's always nice to see. One thing other people might have, if you've been watching my podcast, know that I've talked about the lob in from when you're dumping the puck into the end every once in a while, just dump it about 10, 15 feet in front of the goaltender, and you never know what's going to happen with that bounce. I noticed Pager tried it right at the end of the PK. Unfortunately, he put it right into his bread basket, and it was like a center fielder just taking a routine pop fly. But if the Owls can start dropping those pucks 10 to 15 feet in front of the goaltender, it could be some interesting stuff happening. So I've noticed Pelech do it twice now, and now I've seen Pager do it. So I hope we continue that uptick for sure. Then Palmieri makes this great move coming down the left side, and he powers across, and he throws a puck at the net, and it goes off the pad, and Barzal almost scores. It was beautiful. And Palms just blew by him. He was flying out there tonight. Palms had a really good game. Really good game. And then Bo almost scores. And then hold on a sec. That Palmieri move to Barzal is being reviewed for a goal. We take a look at it, and our first goal of the year, Matt Barzal scores from Palmieri Green. How exciting. We take a 1-0 lead. Everything seems right on track. This is the way it was supposed to be. This is the way it's going to go. And yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about things. And then, but it was kind of an anticlimactic season opening goal, wasn't it? It was kind of like, and even before the ref announced it, we all kind of knew it was a goal because we saw it from the replay. So I can't think of a more anticlimactic opening goal to the season than the one we just had. Unfortunately for us, that is the new NHL nowadays. I'm going to hate that time. I still remember Brett Hull scoring that goal in overtime with the video review and that. Or there was no video review. I don't think, I can't remember. But anyway, his foot was in the crease. It wouldn't have been a goal or whatever. I just dread if that possibly happens sometime. I hate the fact that you can't celebrate a goal until you're 100% sure it's a goal. But like I said, that's the new NHL now. So kind of an anticlimactic goal. Didn't take the Canes long to tie it up, though, on a nice deflection by Svechnikov from Teravainen and Bear. So that was a little disappointing. It was real quick after we opened it up. So kind of diminished how excited we all were at the start of the game after getting off to a good, well, we didn't get off to a good start, but we got the goal and we had the lead. So it was looking good, but you could see Carolina was really starting to take over the play. And then there's a Neckish penalty, and our power play was just horrible, just horrible. Couldn't get into the zone at all. It was looking just like, well, last year's power play. It's funny, so sometimes it doesn't matter who we put in there. It just seems like constantly getting the same results on our power play. It was just horrible for sure. So we couldn't get set up. We never did score. So the power play goes 0 for 1. And right after that, Sorokin makes a really nice glove save from a long shot out. Looked, I think he might have put a little mustard on it, if you know what I mean, the old woo. But it was a beauty save. So Sorokin's doing his job in there. He's playing pretty good, except for, like I said, on the first goal, he had no chance with that deflection. Then Kane score again. This time it's Jesper Fast with another deflection. That no chance for Ilya on that one either. And this one's set up from Slavin and Stahl, and Sorokin. I'm feeling bad for him. He stopped everything that he should have stopped. He just couldn't stop the deflections. Always hard to stop deflections, that's for sure. I noticed the Islanders at this point are starting to fall out of the game, and that Carolina is starting to take over a lot. And I'm going, this isn't looking good. This isn't looking good at all. And then with about 4 minutes left in the first period, the fourth line comes out and tries to start hitting. Like, when Matt's there and it's just one right after another. They tried that, but never really got into the groove of it. But at least they were attempting to do it. So just didn't seem to work, or it wasn't sustainable for the Isles tonight for some reason. So yeah, hopefully we'll get Matt back soon and get that line moving the way they're supposed to be moving. I noticed Palm's playing really well as he gets another scoring opportunity. He is just flying out there tonight. He is just absolutely like a rocket out there. Every game he continues to amaze me with his speed, and speed that I didn't really know he had. And I'm impressed. And I got to say, that first line did look good in the game today. So after that, then Nelson has a scoring opportunity, but then he draws a penalty right after it. This is the one that he drew the penalty on when he did the power move to try to go to the net, and he got dragged down. So we go to the power play again, and this power play may have even been worse than the first power play. And it's just like, here we go again, same old story. I'm not going to try to be too harsh at the start of the season, but it seems like we've seen this movie before, if you know what I mean. Like I said, it's early in the season, so I'll let it go right now. But basically, overall, that was a bad period. So the Canes come out of the first period leading 2-1 over the Isles. The shots on goal are 8-6 in favor of the Canes. So off to the second period we go. Hopefully Barry wrote him the riot act and got him going a little better, and it's looking great. Just about a minute and a half into the second period, it is Brocktober time as Mr. Nelson scores a goal to tie her up 2-2. I was pumped. Bo and Dobson getting an assist on the play. So looking good. Okay. So we had a bad first period. Didn't take us long to get even in the second. Okay. We got lucky. We're tied. That's great. Game on. Let's do it now. And then Bo makes another great effort, and he draws a penalty. So now it's time to start scoring on these power plays and taking advantage of it. But unfortunately, Anders Lee, halfway through that penalty, draws a cross-checking penalty. So it nullifies our power play, sending our power play 0 for 3 for the game. And we're also going to have to go on the penalty kill for a third time as well. Unfortunately for us, On 4-on-4, you would have thought we were killing a penalty, and Sorokin had to make two really good saves while we were 4-on-4. His side to side just absolutely amazes me sometimes. How he got over that quick after being far on the other side like that is a beautiful save. So love having Sorokin in there. And the funny thing about it was, is the power play, once the Canes got on the power play for a minute, they probably weren't as dangerous as they were on the 4-on-4. So luckily we get away with no goal against, and still 2-2. So we're pretty happy about that. Into the second, Pelech is having a good game. He's making some great defensive plays and everything. And I'm saying, all right, we're starting to, here we go. We're starting to move, and we're starting to look better, and we're starting to play the Canes a little more evenly now. However, having a horrible giveaway, Sorokin once again, no chance. Martinook from Lawrence and Stefan, and all of a sudden it's 3-2 Canes. And so we were just starting to get that little bit of momentum going, and then you get a giveaway like that, and Martinook, like I said, 3-2. That was disappointing right there. That felt like a bit of a turning point there. But after the goal's over, the Islanders come back, and there's a little more life to them. And so I'm going, oh, okay, all right. They're still going to continue the Islander hockey, and they're going to eventually score one here for us. Then Ilya has to make another great side-to-side save. And it's like, okay, all right. So now it's just basically becoming a good game back and forth with the Islanders and the Canes. Bo is having an absolute superb game at this time. Like he is flying out in the ice. I noticed he was flying during preseason. I mean, the guy's fast. We all know he's fast, but he's really going good. And it's nice to see Bo get a point tonight. So, I mean, this year for Bo is all about consistency, right? 100% for sure. Then at the halfway point of the game, the Islanders playing better, and another great save by Sorokin, this time doing the splits. And every time he does this, I just can't help but go, ouch, ouch. Looks like that hurts. I don't know how he does that. And unfortunately, after a great save like that, then Nino Niederreiter absolutely 100% blows by Chara. I mean, it was bad. It was bad. Reminded me of how Barzal blew by Chara last year for that beautiful goal that he scored as well. And they're calling it a goal. First, they say it's no goal, but then all of a sudden, Niederreiter just starts celebrating like he scored. And so they all get together, and then they call it a goal. And then Barry has to challenge it. He has to at this point. We're losing 3-2. We can't go down 4-2 here. And I didn't think there was any possible way that this was going to be a goal. And the more I looked at it in the slow motion and everything, the more I felt there's no way he actually got pushed that hard. And he definitely fell pretty much on his own into Sorokin. There's no way that can be a goal. However, Toronto and the referees, they see it a little differently as Carolina takes 4-2 lead, and Nino comes back to haunt the Isles once again. I was sure that one was going to get called back. Just a darn shame. And now Canes is starting to put a little pressure on us. And there's this one play, there's a deflection up top around the hash marks, and Ilya makes a huge save as he goes sliding back against the grain to get his pads on it. It was a beauty. So in my opinion, it's 4-2, and I can't fault Ilya for any of the goals that have went in yet. He's pretty much stopped everything that he should stop. Oh, excuse me. So the Islanders go on PK again, and they make another great kill. And so now the PK is looking like it's in fine form for the season. And it was when we fell down 4-2 that I noticed the Islanders changed a little bit. That was a bit of a turning point for the Islanders, and they all of a sudden started playing better. And that all happened because right after it was down, they were down 4-2. Matty Barzal makes a rush. Didn't score on it, but it was a good opportunity. And it just kept leading more and more to what eventually becomes Anders, the captain, scoring a goal, standing in his office, scoring the way Anders always scores goals. And Dobson picking up his second assists for the game, and Palmieri also picking up his second assist. So we got game on here. We got Canes 4 and the Islanders 3. And I'm starting to feel pretty good about things because I noticed the tide seems to be changing. I had to laugh on this though. There's Butch giving credit about 100 times to Ryan Pulock for getting that shot off and getting it on the net, and he even had Brendan fooled too, because Brendan even mentioned it. Great shot by Pulock. I'm going, are you guys blind, man? That was Dobby. Nice play. So Dobson off to a good start for the season with 2 assists. Same for Palmieri. Yeah, for sure. So anyway, it's time to get back in this game and get going. And sure enough, we get 2 really good scoring chances, one for Nelson and one for Bailey. The Bailey one really should have been deposited in. I thought we were going to tie it on that one, but Anderson makes a nice save. Then Bo is flying out there once again, and I'm going like, guys, come on, y'all got to start playing the way Bo's playing out there. He's flying. There was a couple of Islanders that were out there flying as well. Then Anders gets another opportunity in close to score, and the first line just has a great shift in the second period. There was a great play by Pulock to almost get a goal. And the second period now ends with the Canes 4, Isles 3, shots on goal, 22 shots for the Canes and 13 for the Islanders after 2 periods. As Canes 30, Islanders 10. So you can see that the Canes really took it to us. Like I said, I don't think the Isles got going until they were about down 2 goals, and then they kind of picked up their socks. So that gave me a lot of hope going into the third period. I was thinking, okay, our best half a period was the last half a period. They're looking good. We got enough weapons now to score at any given time from any one of the lines. So I said, okay, this game's still going. This game's happening. We still got a good shot to maybe steal a point or maybe 2 in this one. Power play is 0 for 3, and our penalty kill is 3 for 3 going into the third period. So very disappointingly, to start off the third period, we get hemmed in our own end for 2 minutes, and that's the Barzell line as well. I mean, it was a solid 2 minutes, 2 minutes and 7 seconds, I think, of being hemmed into our end. And I'm going, oh, okay, that's not the start we're looking for. However, we escaped it, and so that was good. And then the next minute wasn't that great either. And it was around 3 minutes in that we finally started to turn it around a little bit. And Bo had a nice deflection that almost went in. And so once again, Bo is keeping a solid game going. Hearing a whole bunch of "Let's Go Islander" chants in the crowd from Carolina. Good job, Isles fans. Well done. Heard you loud and clear on the TV. And then once again, Bo drives the net and almost scores a goal. I'm noticing like Bo seemed to be powering out there. Was that just my imagination, or was he kind of playing like a power forward with tremendous speed, driving to the net like that? I'm not really sure I've ever seen Bo drive to the net like that before, but loved every second of it for sure. So at this point, Sorokin is holding the fort for the Islanders. There's 14 minutes left. Ilya's getting peppered, but he's still keeping him in the game there. I love Ilya when he does those blocker clears. He had a big one tonight too, where he just punches the puck with the blocker and he says, "Here, I'll clear this for you, boys." So yeah, I love when Ilya does that, but he's pretty much holding the fort for us. And then Ross the Boss has a scoring opportunity on a deflection that, but it just went right through his stick. So unfortunately there, you never know. Maybe Matty Martin might have had that one, but it was a tough play. Ross had an okay game. And then Bailey has another good scoring opportunity and misses. Then a pretty big turning point here when Wahlstrom gets called for a penalty, and our PK is 3 for 3, and we need this one big time because the game is now on the line. So Early in the power play, Svechnikov hits the goal post, and then Teravainen just rips one over Ilya's shoulder. Once again, not much of a chance unless you think that a goaltender should stop rockets that go over his one-time rockets, I might add, over your shoulder. So once again, I'm not faulting Ilya for that goal. And now it's 5-3, 8 minutes left. Penalty kills now 1-for-4. It's not looking good. But one thing I do know with the Islanders, it's a never give up kind of team. So I know I haven't given up hope with the score being 5-3, but they're going to have to pull off a little mini miracle here. So, but you never know with the pulling of the goaltenders and everything like that. So Barzell has a good rush and has a scoring opportunity, and that doesn't pan out. But with 2 minutes and 54 seconds left, Sorokin comes to the bench. Pulock gets a big slap shot on net that comes booming back out. And then Pulock gets another opportunity, gets it off, and then it's blocked. And then there was another block, and then there was another block. So Carolina, got to give them credit. They were getting the blocks in, and basically we had to throw everything but the kitchen sink at them. We tried. And since we pulled a goaltender so early at 2:54, which isn't early, but it's a long time, finally the Canes wore us down, and Svechnikov scores his second goal of the game. D'Angelo getting his second assist, and Aho getting his first point of the season. So all of a sudden, the PK went from 3-for-3 to 2-for-5, and shots on goal in the third period for the Canes were 10-7. Isles being outshot in the game overall, 40-27 by the Canes. Final score is 6-3 for the Canes. We can't forget that the Canes are basically our competition this year in the Metro Division, along with, I think, probably Washington as well. But, we're playing a pretty good team there. It's first game of the year. We didn't have a good one. I'm sure every player on the team is ready to admit that. So we started off with a bad game. I'm not too worried about it. I seen a lot of potential in that team. We've got 4 lines that we can throw at them. I did think we were missing Matt Martin. A lot of times the way that fourth line, when those 3 guys get going, there's just something magical about when they get going, when they have those hit shifts. And we didn't get one of those tonight. They tried, and Ross tried, but there's something about the chemistry of those guys. It's like, boom, you go in for hit, boom, you go in for hit, boom, you go in for hit. And it's almost like it's choreographed. It's a thing of beauty to watch when they do that. And we never had that big turning point for the team with that fourth line push. So I thought we were kind of missing that tonight. I thought our fans were fantastic. I heard "Let's Go Islander" chants throughout the third period. I didn't really hear any Caniac chants or anything like that. So anyway, we're 0-1 to start the season. A little bit of a disappointing way to start it off. The beauty of this year is there's 82 games this year. So like I said, doing the Barry mantra, don't get too high, don't get too low. I'm not either on these. I saw some good things. I saw some bad games. Let's take a look. Who stood out to me? 2 guys stood out to me in the bad department. And one of those was Wahlstrom. I thought Wahlstrom had a rough game. He had some good points. That penalty definitely didn't help his cause, but we still need more out of Wahlstrom. I'm not too down on him because I know he's young and he still has to find his consistency, and I have no doubt that he will. However, if you're judging on a game basis, Wally probably didn't have his best game of the night. I didn't think Chara had a very good game either, getting blown by Niederreiter, and there were several other plays where they were getting around him, but no goals were scored against us. And there was a few times where he had to clear up his own mistakes. That's a Nick Leddy kind of thing. So we don't need defensemen cleaning up their own mistakes. We need them not making mistakes. And The age is getting there for sure. Don't get me wrong. I saw a couple of great poke checks and reaches with his long reach, and that there was some good things that happened there. But we can't have guys like Niederreiter blown by our defensemen like that. You just can't have it. So overall, I thought Lee Barzell and Palmieri all had really good games. If I thought Barzell was skating well, I guess if I had one under the three, I would say Palms had the best game of the three, but the whole line as a whole were playing really well. The Bo Nelson Bailey line, I saw two guys playing really good by the names of Beauvillier and Nelson, and another guy by the name of Bailey that wasn't helping out so much. So yeah, Nelson can also have a better game, but I love that power move by him. And I also love Bo's power move as well. Going to the third line, I thought Parise had some good moments. His back checking, his hitting, he had a couple of scoring opportunities. I thought he had a fairly good game. Pajot, once again, I didn't think had the greatest games, but I won't put him down in the bad category for sure. However, he lost a key faceoff that directly resulted in a goal, and that didn't help. And we usually count on him for winning most of the faceoffs. I've already talked about Wally, so I think the third line can be a whole lot better than it was tonight, and we're going to have those times when all these lines pick each other up at different times, and boy, if they ever click on all cylinders, we're going to put up 9 goals or something like that. I already talked about the fourth line. I didn't think they were bad, but I definitely didn't think they were great either. So we need more of that fourth line. It's pretty bad when you expect more to your third or your fourth line. And not only that, the fourth line did let their fourth line score tonight. So that's not good. Going into the defense department, I thought Pelech and Pulock had a pretty good game overall. Mayfield and Green, I think they're going to be a good combination. And between Dotson and Chara, definitely Dotson had a really good game. Dotson played really well, picked himself up a couple assists, and people talk about Chara going to help out the young kid in that, and then they'll help cover up Dobson's mistakes. I kind of saw it the other way around. I kind of saw Dobson covering up for Chara's mistakes. So as for Sorokin, I don't know what to say about Sorokin. I really didn't think he played that bad. I mean, he got 40 shots thrown against him. I guess maybe he could have stopped one. I don't know how, but I thought they were all hard goals. You just can't hold deflections and one-timer power play bar down goals against the goaltender, or somebody bullying their body through Ilya to push the puck into the net. So yeah, Ilya, I thought, basically had a strong game, even though he let in 5 goals. So anyway, there you have it. Not a good game for the Islanders. I'm not too upset about it. I'm looking forward to Saturday night when we take on the Panthers. I'm expecting to see a completely different Islander team. And that's all I saw tonight. Hey, if you differ with any of my comments or anything, feel free to leave comments below, and I'll definitely respond for sure. I know I'm not always right. So you have a different opinion than mine, let me know. Hey, if you like what you see, then maybe post that too if you want to. So anyway, I'm looking forward to the next game. So you people, you all take care out there, and peace out.